Alright guys, welcome back. Another week of the side quest. Let's take a look at the nodes. Flare is the main thing on that first one. Second one is going to be Flight or Flight. You're going to have to move back and stay out of the way. And on the last one, Prey on the Weak. They're not too bad. And on the final node, what is it, Squirrel Girl, it's going to be Fuel to the Fire. So if you're close to the defender, you're going to give a Fury. If she gets a Fury, she's going to go unstoppable. If she gets another one and she's already unstoppable, she's going to go unblockable. So let's go in. Let's reveal every champ that you're going to see here. The first node, you are going to see either Gamora, Drax, or Groot. Groot can probably be, because he can shrug off your parry a little bit faster, could be a little bit annoying. But there's Flare, so you're going to be hitting really hard. Translucer, whatever that node is, it's going to reduce some of your power if you're close to them. I just went in with Doc Ock here. Unfortunately, I didn't get the first parry off here, but I just parry heavied with Doc Ock and took off a ton of damage pretty quickly. Unfortunately, this one did not go nearly as smooth as like the level 4 run. This is the level 5 run. I did go through the other levels so I can tell you exactly who you're going to see on these paths. And unfortunately, I didn't solo the boss on level 4 because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize the node that they added for level 4 and 5. But I will show you how to solo that one as well. So really not too bad. Anyone can do that first fight. You just have to brute force it. It's not too bad, but I think it has redoubled determination potentially, I think, on that one. So maybe not with debuffs, I think, but I think it's pretty easy on that one. Here, this is either going to be Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, or Torch. So be careful about Torch. Here, unfortunately, this has Flight or Fight. I didn't play this one super well, Titania, at one point. My parry doesn't really work. I could, if my Doc Ock was that if I didn't lose so much health on that first fight, he actually works really well for this one. But we're going to go ahead here. I'm just keeping track of that Flight or Fight timer on the top, the gray timer in the top right. Also, all these, I think, nodes benefit from throwing intercepts. Are going to give you either a Cruelty or a Fury, so there's definitely benefits to throwing the intercepts in there. Unfortunately, I gave him the Unstoppable. We're going to let him throw that special too. Unfortunately, I think very shortly, I mistime a parry and I get take quite a bit of damage, actually die in this one, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Dying against these first 3 fights, if you do, it doesn't make a difference. Really, on the last one, again, there's where I get clapped. Just a reminder, you can go ahead, get there. You're going to get multiple chances to go for the solo. If you don't get the solo on your first try, you can always take down the boss down to like 1%, quit out, go in with a class disadvantage to finish the fight, and that will get you one objective, and then you have to go back, and you could use any champion you want of any class you want, and you could go for the solo. But I will show you a nice method of how to go for the solo with class disadvantage, and it's actually much easier to do this week than in some of the previous weeks. So so it will work pretty nicely. Here you can see I actually liked Doc Ock for this fight here, but that's fine. Doc Ock's going to come in, finish off Torch. Yeah, but always don't feel like you have to go for a solo with class disadvantage if you don't have the characters available to you to get it done nicely. And it is a little bit of a tricky fight, and I'll walk you through it. Let's just go. We got the third fight is a mutant fight. It's either going to be Apocalypse, Strife, or Cable. And I think we get Cable on this fight here. Again, Doc Ock works really nice for this fight as well. But we go with Infamous Iron Man here. And he's going to take care of Cable for us. Not too bad. Again, if I go and throw the intercept, I think I just get a Fury. Yeah, I get an extra Fury there, so it has like Foresight. So again, I think all the nodes have, you go in and at least the 3 fights beforehand on the path, you get an intercept in, gives you a bonus. There, unfortunately, I get clipped by the beginning of that special 2, but that's fine. Get a nice big special 2 of our own. And this is these first 3 fights are not too bad. The champions that you're going to get on it are not too bad at all. Torch was probably, I guess Invisible Woman can be a little bit annoying. Mr. Fantastic can be a bit annoying with his, because you're not going to be able to, it's going to be hard to get the intercepts to get on that particular node if he's evading a lot. But you could always bring in like a good skill champion for that. Just, again, be careful about energy damage for Torch there. All right, now we're up to Squirrel Girl. Now the issue is when she throws a special, she's going to be stun immune. And when you go close to her, she's going to get a Fury. If she gets a Fury, she goes unstoppable. If she gets a second Fury, she's going to go unblockable as well. We are going to throw on Mr. Fantastic's pre-fights. Now, this strategy did not work perfectly, but there's a great synergy with Titania for She-Hulk, which gives her, when she hits the opponent, she's going to do direct damage that for every debuff on the opponent. So if you have the Mr. Fantastic pre-fights and you keep doing heavies, you'll do it. Now her heavy attacks ignore unstoppables and give you a Fury. So if you parry heavy and you're close and she gets that unstoppable, it removes it. The other option is, like I was thinking, Captain America Infinity War also, as long as he has a kinetic charge, his hit is going to remove the unstoppable. So I think those 2 are going to be MVPs for this particular fight. You'll see here, I go in, I am going to go with a heavy, and I wasn't there long enough to trigger the unstoppable, but I'm doing a lot of damage per heavy attack, because direct damage, that big red number, it's because I have a bunch of debuffs on him, or on her. But I'm going to get clipped, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. And when she throws the special, now I've been too close to her. She got a Fury, she got the unstoppable. Now she's stun immune as well, so I got to back off, wait for that stun immune to disappear. I'm going to lose my Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. So this fight could be done with this combination of Mr. Fantastic and She-Hulk. Also gives power stings for every debuff I put on her. So it could be done, obviously, a lot faster. We're going to go with that big special 2, try and put another debuff on. If we can put the debuff on, again, our direct damage on those heavies is going to be much higher the more debuffs we can put on Squirrel Girl. So every time she throws a special, I'm just kind of backing off, wait until it's gone. Again, I'm sure you could go ahead, trigger the unstoppable, and maybe do like a heavy counter. But here you can see right there, boom. Heavy with the unstoppable. You can parry when she's unstoppable, throw the heavy with She-Hulk, and it disappears. You can probably do the same thing with Captain America Infinity War. So I'm going to take a little bit of time here on this one. Unfortunately, if I hadn't gotten clipped, I think the fight would have gone really, really smooth. So I think you could do a much faster solo. Again, my She-Hulk is also, it's unduped. It's only a rank 2, but works extremely well for this fight. And is actually, like, even if I didn't have to do it with class disadvantage, She-Hulk or Captain America Infinity War might be the ideal options there, so that you don't have to deal with, again, I guess you could go with any nullified champion to make sure that she doesn't get, like if you could go with a neutralize or a stagger champion, anyone that's going to prevent her from getting a buff, because if she doesn't get the buff, she's not going to get the she's not going to get the unstoppable. So I guess there are definitely options around it if you're going to go for non-class disadvantage solo, but this works extremely well. I really liked this particular fight. I'm glad I'm able to figure something out for something pretty easy, and if I can do it, I'm sure you can do it as well. And you're going to see after we finish the fight here, I'm going to pick up all the objectives. I think I got all the objectives for this week already, except for the boss solo for level 4, because I didn't bring in the right champion for it. But there you go. I hope that helps, and we will see you guys next week for week 4. Bye, guys.